My friends, it's Monday. That's the day after Sunday. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to Real Truth. Howard Riell here on this Monday. Real Truth is the name of the show. Yesterday was Sunday, which means there was football on TV, which means controversy. Item from Deadline.com on a day full of criticisms from Donald Trump. Political protests, linked arms, players taking a knee or not coming on the field during the national anthem, and renewed pleas for unity from the league. NBC and NFL took a hit last night on Sunday Night Football. In metered market numbers, the primetime matchup between the 27-10 winning Washington Redskins and the Oakland Raiders snared an 11.6/20. The worst Sunday Night Football has performed this season so far. That's an 8% dip from the early numbers of last week's Atlanta Falcons' 34-23 win over the Green Bay Packers. Gaining cheers and boos from fans at FedEx Field in Maryland last night, the third week of Sunday Night Football for the 2017-18 season declined 10% from the early numbers of the comparable game of last year on September 25th, 2016. Unquote. My friends, America is in revolt. And the players in the NFL are revolting. They are snarky, petulant, privileged, spoiled jocks who are used to people kissing their asses and who don't feel an iota of gratitude for the country that has made them rich for playing a child's game. They are identical to the Hollywood Twinkies that we talk about here on the show sometimes, except they're not as cultured, they're not as smart, and they don't have the extensive vocabulary. I remember going to high school. I remember that the top jocks were always given leeway, excused from class. They didn't have to learn anything because, after all, they could play football. This is where they end up. In the NFL, they haven't got a thought between their ears. They see what's trendy. They see what people are smiling about, and so they feel like doing it. Now, everyone wants to be a revolutionary. Well, everyone's being who takes a knee during the national anthem. What they're being are a bunch of simpletons, a bunch of inhospitable, ungrateful punks. Ungrateful punks who don't even respect the country that's given them an incredible lifestyle. Well, I wish them well in whatever country they decide they do like living in. Let them go. Let them try and use their talents elsewhere. Let them play for the Canadian Football League for 1/20th of the salary. It's a national disgrace, and that's what we do here on Real Truth. We talk about it. Stick around. We'll be right back.
United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. You ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Piccolo's restaurant in Denver finds that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best in town in Mexico, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo. We thank them for doing a great job and raise the family. We realize this job is getting sometimes it's from simple uniforms. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care. And hire them in their focus, the uniform people in Cooley.
All right, guys, let's not waste a minute. Let's talk about the punks in the NFL, the brainless jocks who feel like giving the middle finger to the United States of America. To our credit, we the American people are showing our displeasure by not buying tickets, not tuning in, not buying their crap merchandise, and generally sending an educational message to those players to be grateful for what they have in this country. Here's a guy named Rush Limbaugh who inveighs against such things for a living, just like I do. Here we go.
The players, some of the players in the National Football League want to do something that's going to keep even more people away from the game. That's going to make it even tough. Do you know you can buy a ticket at the 49ers and Rams game tonight in San Francisco for the price of a pretzel at the concession stand? They in deep doo-doo, folks. No, by the way, I was not making it up. The 49ers and Rams are the Thursday night game tonight on the NFL Network. It's at San Francisco. It's at Levi Stadium. And Levi Stadium is supposed to be the most advanced, high-tech stadium. If everybody in there wants to use Wi-Fi at the same time, they can accommodate it, for example. Or cell. They can accommodate it. And, the 49ers haven't won anything of significance in a number of years, and they haven't scored a touchdown yet this season. 2 games. They hired as their head coach the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons last year, Kyle Shanahan, not a touchdown. And they're one of, I think, 2 teams, maybe 3, in 2 games have not scored a touchdown. That means no excitement. That means the fans are there to watch offense and explosive plays. They're not seeing it. So the Rams are showing up, and the Rams, they're not a team yet. I mean, they moved from St. Louis, and they've got second-year quarterback. Nobody set it on fire. The Rams and 49ers used to be one of the greatest rivalries in the NFL. San Francisco, Los Angeles, back in the days when the Rams were in L.A. Anyway, they are selling tickets for this game tonight for $15. That's the cost of 2 pretzels at a concession stand at Levi's Stadium. And as it is, it may be half filled like it's been all year. This is a major problem for the NFL. And they're trying to sweep this under the rug, but it is a huge problem. When they can't get face value for tickets, I mean, even if they could get half attendance at face value, there would be at least something to cling to. But when you can't even maintain face value and you're still only filling half the place up, and you haven't scored a touchdown yet this season, and people are not crazy about Thursday night games anyway. And in the Bay Area, believe me, there are a lot of things other you can do on a Thursday night than go to a football game in Santa Clara. They're not even in San Francisco anymore. So I was not making up the price of the tickets, 15, but not all of them. But some pretty decent seat locations are $15. And you can.
And so, my friends, couple that with the disgust that Americans are feeling for all these whiny crybabies trying to be big shots on the sidelines taking a knee. What am I talking about here? From thebiglead.com. Stop me if you've heard this before. The crowd at StubHub Center for San Diego Los Angeles Chargers game was awful. A huge portion of the crowd were Kansas City Chiefs fans, and for the 4th time in 4 games at the stadium, including 2 preseason contests, there were plenty of empty seats. Just a friendly reminder, StubHub only seats 27,000. How bad was it? Well, the Chargers knew the crowd was so pro-Chiefs, they didn't even do player introductions over the public address system due to fears that their own players would get booed. In their home stadium in the new city, the league told us was so desperate to have the NFL it could support 2 teams. A city Dean Spano said contained 25% of the team's fans. Unquote. From Breitbart. Contrary to what dishonest leftists, the media, and the NFL want you to believe, when you're at work, no one, including a bunch of crybaby football players, has the right to express himself. For a number of very good reasons, employers have a wide variety of rights when it comes to controlling the behavior of their employees. Almost all of us work for employers who, at least while we're on the clock, control what we say, what we do not say, how we dress, how we present ourselves, and how we can or cannot express ourselves, not just politically, but in every way. In some cases, employers also control what we do outside of work. Many companies forbid their workers from bad-mouthing the company during non-work hours. Moreover, if I were to expose myself as a racist and join the KKK or tweet out racist jokes, Breitbart News would have every right to fire me, and would. So this particular talking point we're hearing in defense of spoiled millionaires who only work 16 days a year but who still feel they must spit on the American flag and anthem. This nonsense about how in America you have the right to express yourself at work is nothing less than a massive pile of crap. A total and complete lie in defense of the indefensible. The purpose of that massive lie, though, is to cover up the fact that the NFL hates America. Because what the NFL does not want you to talk about is this: how an employer allows its employees to express themselves exposes the moral values of that employer. For instance, I once worked for a company where, depending on which office you were in, you would find either an American flag, a gay pride flag, a poster of Cindy Crawford in a bikini, a shirtless fireman calendar, a Goodfellas poster, or a framed picture of Jesus. Was that wonderful menagerie of self-expression? What that told you is that my employer allowed everyone to express themselves in their own unique way. Another employer I worked for allowed only a couple of family photos, nothing else. No flags, cartoons, nothing. What this told you is that my employer wanted self-expression left at home. In both of those cases, the policy regarding self-expression was completely defensible. The NFL's policy of self-expression is not only indefensible. What we have here is an employer, a taxpayer-funded institution, a billion-dollar corporation, and that's just proven it despises America. How do we know this? Simple. All you have to do is look at the NFL's policy regarding self-expression. Here are 9 pieces of proof that the NFL hates the United States of America. Now, my friends, I'm going to leave it hanging there. When we come back from this break, I'm going to go through these 9 pieces of proof that show the NFL hates America, and so you have a decision to make. Are you going to spend your days on the couch watching football on Sundays? Or are you going to do something better? We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant. Solar energy can be able to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities of modest emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full-service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design systems, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com. Your local DuPont Pioneer team doesn't take with you for the word go lightly, especially when it comes to foraging. Just ask your fellow producers, folks like Amos Smith.
We have an awesome support team from Pioneer. I think that they're probably one of the reasons why we are successful.
And Bruce Cullum.
They'll come out just anytime you want to call them and help us. You don't get that from all your other seed dealers, but these guys are here all season long.
As well as Ken Phelps. Just know that the research that Pioneer's done really it shows, and the cows really do well with it. So we just need to be good. Or Billy Rucker.
All in all, seem like Pioneer is always in the top. I believe green, and I believe Pioneer.
Want a team that's with you from the word go? That's DuPont Pioneer. Ask them about leveraging the Silent Zone resource to produce the highest quality forages for your operation. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
right, guys, unless I'm very much mistaken, you know the name Steve Bannon. He was the CEO, the chairman of Breitbart. He became Trump's advisor in the White House. He left the White House. Now he's back on Breitbart News Daily. The guy is exceptionally bright. He's got a lot of important things to say. Let's listen to him making his debut here on Real Truth. Steve Bannon, go.
Your host. So we're headed north.
All right, folks, don't worry about that phone number. That's not mine. You want my phone number? 877-254-7524. The bottom line is this. Once again, the left is revealed to be a bunch of liars. They don't come with nuance. It's not their particular worldview they're pushing. They're out-and-out lies. You remember for months on end, they were trying to tell everybody Steve Bannon and Breitbart, KKK, it's Nazis, white supremacists, anti-Semitic, all lies. So to my listeners across the state of Colorado, which went for Hillary in the presidential election, you can continue to vote for liars if you want. You have the right to vote for people who think you're nothing, who wouldn't treat you as well as they treat a dog. I don't think it says very much about your intelligence if you vote for liars. The Democrats lie routinely, abundantly, fluently, and well. And Exhibit A, you just heard about it, all the crap they said about Steve Bannon and Breitbart, all utter rubbish. Now, when we come back, we are going to talk some more about the NFL. I wasn't kidding about that. Let's do this before we hit a commercial item from studyfinds.org. As the latest sign of society's increasing acceptance of transgender individuals, more than half of parents in the U.S. would support their child's gender transition, a new survey finds, unquote. No, my friends, you didn't hear incorrectly. They would support their child's gender transition. In other words, according to this study, more than half the parents in the United States are so stupid, so blind, so naive that they would allow a child to decide to have gender transition surgery. Absolutely unthinkable. Let's take a break and we'll be back.
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chicken? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to happyhens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At happyhens.biz, we love happyhens.biz. Or call us at 303-829-5948.
Do you have any health challenges that concern you? If you said yes, you are ready to evolve yourself. Call today and qualify for a free pain treatment. 970-667-4669.
I'm Dr. Stanowski, chiropractor, radio host, author of Evology, a new healthcare paradigm for the 21st century. My all-natural approach is affordable and can show improvement in as little as one visit. Truth be told, holistic health starts with a healthy life plan, and those who execute that plan your health is fading and on prescription drugs, if you want your energy back, deeper sleep, pain-free, or refocus an unresolved personal injury case, call me and let's get you in the best shape of your life. Schedule a visit with me, Dr. Z.
We are located at the Overland Trail Shop in LaPorte. Call 970-667-4669. COLyourself.com.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13.
All right, my friends, welcome back to Real Truth, 877-254-7524. The information I have is that Laura Ingram's show will debut on Fox on October 30th. All right, then. October 30th. In the meantime, I've got Laura Ingram from just about a couple of hours ago talking about the Trump administration announcing new travel restrictions. Hit it.
I thought a lot about this over the weekend.
or to the veterans.
And let me tell you why the owners are doing this, my friends. They want to be nice with the players because the players are basically their merchandise that they're selling. They want to show the players how liberal they are, how nice they are, how tolerant they are. And so, yeah, they're willing to spit and piss on the American flag. They're willing to give America the middle finger so they can cozy up to a bunch of spoiled millionaires who from the time they were in high school have been catered to because they were superior athletes. Through college, they barely had to crack books because they were elite athletes. Everything was paid for them. Everything was supplied to them. And so they're used to having their massive backsides kissed. And the owners, we know they're stupid people. Yeah, they're multimillionaires or in some cases billionaires. But they want to do what's good for their business. Well, now they're hurting their business because Americans won't have it. Americans don't want a bunch of spoiled, rich jocks spitting on America, and the evidence is in the numbers. Attendance down, viewership down, merchandise sales down. So I don't care how many freaking linebackers take a knee on the side of a football field. They're dunces. They're children. And I respect them about as much as I would respect an obnoxious child. You want freedom of expression? Express yourself. Don't disrespect the United States of America in public, on the field of play, with tens of thousands of people in the stands watching, millions of Americans, including impressionable children. Just don't do it. Be a grown-up. Be a patriot. Be grateful for what you have. What other country would pay you that much money to play some stupid game? Be grateful. Be thankful. Be respectful. And if you find that difficult, okay, quit football, go to work in a mall somewhere, and take a knee. Dig ditches and take a knee. Work at Walmart and take a knee. But don't take all the wealth and fame that America has generated for you and spit in America's face. That you may not do. And if you do it, you will face the wrath, and you are facing the wrath of the American people. And Donald Trump is exactly right to speak out about this. People on TV say, well, politically it's not the wisest thing to do. Foolishness. It is exactly the right thing for the President of the United States to be speaking about. And once again, if people here in America hate America so much they won't even stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, let them go. Let them live someplace they can stomach. Let them live in a country where they will want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But don't stay here and bite the hand that feeds you. Don't stay here and spit in the face of all the Americans around you who do love this country Wouldn't be a bad thing if the NFL folded. People would have more time on Sundays to spend with their families, God forbid, to open a book and read it, to develop their minds, rather than chugging beer and eating Cheetos and sitting like a lump of fat on the couch for 6 or 7 hours. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back, my friends. Make no mistake about it, you're listening to Real Truth, as if you could ever mistake this show for any other.
We know our government is out of control. It's no longer our servant, it's become our master. Listen to me. Liberty Forum with the Freedom Rider will answer the question, what can we do? Our freedom and liberty is at stake. It's time to act. Those who have given everything for this country would expect no less. Tune in to the new Liberty Forum radio show Fridays at 9 a.m. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10. The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver trumpet, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you did when you called 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Chickwin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. You can help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsors' fine products or by calling 1-800-056-245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help.
Now, my friends, I've said for a long, long time, and I know it's true, that my listeners are some of the brightest, most sophisticated, most savvy people out there. But unfortunately, not everybody in Colorado listens to Real Truth. If they did, Colorado would be a hell of a lot better off, but they don't. So this next video is for them. This is for the Coloradans who don't listen to my show and who are profoundly stupid enough to have supported Hillary Clinton in the last election. Here's Rush Limbaugh talking about how the smartest woman in the world, Hillary Clinton, is really pretty stupid. Let's listen.
That she was going to win, she thought she won. 2016 presidential candidate who was said to have a 92% chance of winning on election day said, quote, the president, meaning the Trumpster, the president has basically insulted and attacked South Korea. South Korea is literally, you know. Hillary says you know a lot. For a professional politician and public speaker, she uses that phrase, you know, which is a crutch. We have, do I know how to vamp or do I know how to vamp? We've got the bite. All right, so set it up. How long is it? You have a time on? 16 seconds, so you have to listen fast. She's on Rachel Maddow last night. Failed 2016 presidential candidate. I don't know what the question was. It doesn't matter. Here is what Hillary Clinton said.
The president has basically insulted and attacked South Korea. South Korea is literally, within miles of the border with North Korea. They would be so at risk if something were done by Kim Jong-un.
Now, some of you may be scratching your heads. What's the big deal? So, I don't know how many people understand how stupid Hillary Clinton's comment was. So I'm going to play it again. And if you didn't get it the first time, well, what's wrong with that? It sounded fine to me. Listen one more time.
The president has basically insulted and attacked South Korea. South Korea is literally, within miles of the border with North Korea. They would be so at risk if something were done by Kim Jong-un.
Now remember, Sarah Palin didn't say that she could see Russia from her backyard in Alaska, and they said, that's dumb, that's stupid, she's an idiot, that's crazy, she's not qualified. But she never said it. Tina Fey did. Hillary did say that. I'm still seeing some blank faces here on the other side of glass, folks. And if I'm seeing blank faces here, I can imagine there's still some out there. One more time, for those of you who are still not quite seeing what the big deal is.
All right, folks, I'm going to give you a spoiler because we're just about to run out of time. We're going to hit a commercial break. Hillary Clinton said that South Korea is only miles away from the border with North Korea. South Korea is the border of North Korea. They abut each other, except for a tiny little DMZ, demilitarized zone. But the two countries butt up against each other. South Korea is not miles away from the border. Their border is the North Korean border. Why would Hillary Clinton know that? Apparently she wouldn't. Hillary Clinton, let me try and be nice for a change. Hillary Clinton is as stupid as a rock. And if Hillary Clinton is stupid as a rock, what shall we say about all those people who wanted her to be the most powerful person in the world? Item from the Daily Caller, Nashville police have identified the suspect of a mass shooting at a church Sunday morning as a 25-year-old Emmanuel Kadega Sampson, originally from Khartoum in the Sudan. In other words, once again, Christians have been attacked by a Muslim. Now, you can say there's no war of civilizations here, no clash of civilizations, but you'd be wrong. because Islam is at war with Christianity, with Judaism, with just about everybody except Muslims, and they even wage war against themselves. So let's defend against them for a change. We'll take a break and we'll be back. We'll finish up talking about the NFL. Stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Pope, founder of the Green Earth.
Well, it had to happen. Colorado legalized marijuana. Most people thought the Green Earth was a marijuana dispensary. Also, it was legalized on January the 1st, 2014. The same day we opened our new location at 4565 Gibbon Street, 1.5 blocks south of I-70. There are 83,000 cars a day testing in front of our new location at Gibbon Street, and most of them thought we were a marijuana dispensary. So we changed the name of our retail store to New Genesis Health, but we kept the name of our Green Herb Supplement. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372. And be sure to listen to the Healthy Nature Show with Linda Phillips every Tuesday at 1 p.m.
TLR Associates of Boulder wants you to remember your life began in succession. So does the life of every yet to be born person. Baby and mother both lose with 1 in 3 with infants. Former abortion Dr. Jacobs says people do not understand that there are thousands of serious physical complications before every year. Price including severe feelings, depression, anxiety disorder, sleep disturbance, suicide, violent behavior, disability, increased risk of disability to delivery complications, including birth. International Journal of Epidemiology reports that abortion increases breast cancer rate by 90%. Every hopeless baby has the right to life, too. This life-giving message is brought to you by TLR Associates of Boulder, providing a job well done for your homeowner business. 9 Bethel, Stone, and Brick. Call TLR Associates of Boulder, 303-921-3310. TLR Medallion Brand and Special Protection serves the Boulder and Northern Colorado area.
All right, my friends, I told you I was going to come back to this Breitbart piece about how the NFL hates America. 9 pieces of proof. Here they are. NFL threatens fines against players who wanted to commemorate 9/11. In September 2016, 3 NFL players planned to wear cleats in honor of the 15th anniversary of the September 11th attacks on America. The NFL put a stop to it with threats of fines. NFL fines player over headband. In 1986, an NFL player was fined $5,000 for wearing a headband with a company logo on it. So they are controlling players' freedom of speech. NFL fines player over breast cancer advocacy. NFL orders players not to honor fallen police officers. NFL fines player for, quote, thrusting. That's expressing himself on the field after a touchdown. NFL fines players for hopping. Same thing. NFL players fined for mimicking the taking of a photograph. NFL fines players for marching in place. NFL fines players over raising awareness for domestic violence. So for those things, the NFL was willing to slap the wrist of these millionaire athletes. But when it comes to spitting in America's face, well, the NFL is just fine with it. Obviously, people behind the NFL, the commissioner, the owners, obviously they want to spit in America's face. They want to spit in your face. So now tell me how much you're going to have to do with the NFL going forward. Item from studyfinds.org. A sizable portion of the American public seems to show little interest in the fabric of the country's government and history, a new survey finds. Researchers at the Annenberg Public Policy Center surveyed over 1,000 American adults, finding a shocking lack of knowledge as it pertains to U.S. politics among the general populace. 53% of respondents believe the falsehood that illegal immigrants are not granted any constitutional rights. 37% couldn't even name a single right endowed by the First Amendment. Thankfully, 48% of those surveyed were able to identify freedom of speech as being a right enshrined by the First Amendment, although far fewer could identify other rights accorded. Unquote. My friends, how are you supposed to fight for your rights and defend your rights if you don't know what your rights are? Get educated. Item from the Telegraph of London. People in the UK spend more time sitting on the toilet every week than they do exercising, a study has found. Adults clock up to an average of 3 hours and 9 minutes on their loos, those are bathrooms or toilets, every week, but spend only 90 minutes being active. My friends, I don't know how to top that one. Americans don't want to. People in the West. We'll talk about people in the West because that was England, but we're just like England. People in the West, Europe, the United States, we don't want to do what's smart. We don't want to learn. We don't want to be knowledgeable. We don't want to be involved. We just want to sit and be entertained. Well, you can do that if you want. It's not going to last for long because the freedoms and the liberties that we enjoy are burning around us. They're disappearing. They're being destroyed. And we're eventually going to switch off the TV or turn off the handheld device and say, what? What's going on here? We won't recognize this country anymore because it's being dismantled piece by piece by people like the NFL owners and the commissioner who hate America. So if you love America, you better get loud and you gotta get busy. I'll be back tomorrow with more Real Truth. My friends, take my advice. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay angry. Hasta luego.